Hey y'all, today we're going to be making a sunrise mimosa soap. As you can see, I've already made my lye water. I want it to be at a more cooler temperature than normal. Oh, also look, I got a new thermometer gun. And I've also pre-melted my oils, which are listed right here. So we're at a good start so far. So we want the oils and the lye water solution to be close enough in range, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pour the lye solution into the warm oils. And then my favorite step is going to come up. You know this, if you watch my videos, it's the blending. So sit back and listen to this brunch music while we get blending. So since this soap is going to be a layer soap, I did not want to overly blend the soap batter. I'm going to go ahead and separate into these three containers where we have first right now is the orange mica that I pre-mixed up with some vegetable glycerin and also some oil as well. And at first I was like, this color orange is not bright enough, but later on you'll see this pretty good color that it came up to remind me of the orange juice in the mimosa. Our next one is the red mica that symbolizes the grenadine, which is a simple syrup made of pomegranate juice. And then our last color is yellow that symbolizes the champagne. So once you have your yellow and your orange and your red, that makes it look more like a sunrise mimosa. Right now, I'm just pouring a little in each container to make sure I use all my soap batter, but each layer is not going to be the same amount. Just like when you're pouring liquids, they're not, and you're trying to make it a layer effect, they're not going to be all even because I think that's boring. I want to see the gradient from the red to the orange to the yellow. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now that I got all my soap batter in my measuring cups, I'm just going back in and making sure they are blended by hand first and then going back in with the stick blender once I add the fragrance to make sure it's all incorporated. I blended together 3 cheers and tipsy cherries from Nature's Garden. I also added a sweet orange essential oil to give you that essence of orange for your mimosa. Now it's time to pour our first layer of soap. So we're going to make sure that everything is kind of more fluid and not too thick. And we're going to go ahead and pour into our loaf mold. Now we want to make sure that we got a nice smooth base. So we're going to shake it and tap it to make sure we get all those air bubbles out. We want a nice smooth base for our soap. Now we're adding our fragrance oil to our orange mica, which represents the orange juice. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to make sure that we blend it in really, really good. And then layer it on top of our red mica soap. And from here, once you got that solid base, you can go ahead and start laying your colors one at a time to represent that gradient that we're looking for. Even though the soap base is thick, I'm still using the spatula method to kind of ease it down to get that first layer covered, and then I just pour the rest, as you can see. Thick, like I say, like a pudding consistency. Remember, I was sitting there second guessing how the orange is going to turn out. As you can see, it came out a pretty shade of orange. Not too dark, not too bright, just right. More like a carrot orange, as you can see. As you can see, we finally got to our last colored soap base, which is yellow. That is going to be at the top. It's kind of like the champagne color, bubbly, or the transition from the orange to the yellow. If y'all stayed so far in this video, thank y'all, because this video took me a long time to edit and I'm still trying to figure out the kinks on what I want to keep and what I'm going to take out, but I do appreciate it. But we're almost to the finish line. Now I'm just cleaning up the overflow of orange soap base so that it doesn't mix with the yellow, and then we'll get started pouring the yellow layer of soap. Now we're going again to go with the spatula method, where I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that it has that support to go down so it doesn't pierce through the orange soap. As you can see, this is a little bit more thicker than the other ones because it's been sitting a little bit longer than the other two layers. But we're going to end the video here, and we'll pick up with part 2 so you can see how I designed the top and added the embeds. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe Soaptistic's video.